Welcome to Bob's Barn Jamborees and the Thursday night show. You're going to be watching Bing Futch from Florida. Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Orlando, Florida. Gosh, I bet you it's nice and cool down there right now. Hey, Bing Futch put a Bob's Barn Jamborees and the Thursday night show. You're going to be watching Bing Futch from Florida. Orlando, right? Yeah. Orlando, Florida. Gosh. That was interesting, Don. I thought there was another Bob in here. Let's see, Bing Futch put a wonderful workshop on today. This is really great. Let's see, I do want to tell everybody that the May Blossoms are going to be here Sunday at 3 o'clock. They're Cindy McElroy from Lansing, the head in the group. If you haven't been here before and need to use your restroom, go out that red door you came in, up that green ramp, through that heavy glass door. There's a restroom off the lookout room. There's another one off the kitchen. Make a bunch of lefts. You'll find it. Let's see, turn your cell phones off, leave the cameras on, and take all the photos of Bing for advertising. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Why don't you put your hands together and give Bing Futch a nice welcome.
Thank you, Bob. How y'all doing? What a great day this has been. Just a lot of fun. And now I'm full of Asian chicken salad and I'm ready to rock. People, let me tell you a story. 'Tis a story true about a mighty man. John Henry was his name. John Henry was a steel driver too, Lord, Lord. John Henry was a steel driver too. John Henry was a steel driver too, Lord, Lord. John Henry was a steel driver too. When John Henry was a little baby, sitting on his daddy's knee, he pointed down at a little piece of steel, said, "That's gonna be the death of me, Lordy, Lordy, that's gonna be the death of me. That's gonna be the death of me, Lordy, Lordy, that's gonna be the death of me." Well, John Henry's family needed money, said he didn't have but a dime. "If you wait till that red sun goes on down, I'll get it from the man in the mine, Lord, Lord, I'll get it from the man in the mine. I'll get it from the man in the mine, Lord, Lord, I'll get it from the man in the mine." Well, John Henry went to the captain. Captain said, "What can you do?" "I can hoist a jack, I can lay a track, I can pick and shovel too, Lord, Lord, I can pick and shovel too. I can pick and shovel too, Lord, Lord, I can pick and shovel too." Well, the captain said to John Henry, "Gonna bring me a steam drill round, gonna bring me a steam drill out on the job, gonna walk that steel on down, Lord, Lord, gonna walk that steel on down. Gonna walk that steel on down, Lord, Lord, gonna walk that steel on down." Well, John Henry said to the captain, "Well, a man ain't nothing but a man, and before I let that steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna die with this hammer in my hand, Lord God, I'll die with this hammer in my hand. I'll die with this hammer in my hand, Lord God. I'll die with this hammer in my hand. Well, the sun was hot and burning. Well, there wasn't no breeze at all. The sweat ran down like water from a hill. The day John let his hammer fall, Lord, Lord. The day John let his hammer fall. The day John let his hammer fall, Lord, Lord. The day John let his hammer fall. Well, the man who invented the steam drill thought he was mighty fine. John Henry made his 15 feet, and the steam drill only made 9. Lord, Lord, the steam drill only made 9. Lord, the steam drill only made 9. Lord, Lord, the steam drill only made 9. Well, the captain said to John Henry, I believe this mountain's sinking in. John Henry said to the captain, oh my, ain't nothing but my hammer sucking wind, Lord, Lord, ain't nothing but my hammer sucking wind. Ain't nothing but my hammer sucking wind, Lord, Lord, ain't nothing but my hammer sucking wind. Well, John Henry said to the captain, looky yonder, what do I see? Your hole done choke, your drill done broke, and you can't drive steel like me, Lord, Lord. You can't drive steel like me. No, you can't drive steel like me, Lordy, Lordy. You can't drive steel like me. Well, John Henry drove into the mountain, and his hammer was striking fire. He drove so hard that he broke his poor heart. And he died with that hammer in his hand, Lordy, Lordy. He died with his hammer in his hand. He died with that hammer in his hand, Lord, Lord. He died with that hammer in his hand. Well, they took John Henry to the White House, and they buried him in the sand. Every locomotive come a-rolling by goes, there lies a steel-driving man, Lord God. There lies a steel-driving man. There lies a steel-driving man. Ooh-wee! There lies a steel-driving man. Thank you very kindly. The Ballad of John Henry, a classic folk song. One of the first times I heard folk music was on a Disneyland record. That explains a lot, doesn't it? That's where I first heard John Henry, but the real definitive version of John Henry I remember hearing was by Harry Belafonte from an album called Live at Carnegie Hall in 1963. If you have not heard that record, run, do not walk to Spotify or YouTube or whatever else you have to do. It is one of the great, great folk records of all time. Just great stuff. So I'm going to play some more dulcimer music here for you. And what exactly is dulcimer music, you may ask? Boil them cabbage down, boys, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Let me hear you now. Boil them cabbage down, boys, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Yeah! Thank you. Here's some rabbit chasing music for you. I first started playing mountain dulcimer in 1986 at Knott's Berry Farm Theme Park in Southern California. You know, the jam and jelly people. I wasn't making jam or jelly, I was parking cars. Not what I was hoping to do, but that's okay, it was a job. And I came back from lunch and I heard this music coming off the porch of the Gold Trails Hotel in Ghost Town, something I'd never heard before. Came around the corner and there was my first mountain dulcimer being played by Metta Stevens. I said, "What's that?" She said, "That's a mountain dulcimer. I'll be playing it in 5 minutes." I'm like, yeah, right. 5 minutes later, I'm like, "Oh, how much are these?" I came back that Friday and bought my first teardrop Cripple Creek dulcimers. And about a month later, I transferred out of parking control and into merchandise, where I played, built, and sold mountain dulcimers all summer long for Bud and Donna Ford of Manitou Springs, Colorado. So I was just out of high school. I fell in love with this instrument, and it has been my magic carpet for most of my life, and I just really, really am appreciative that I ran into it. Otherwise, I might have played the nose flute. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to share it now. Anyway, I'm going to take you in a different direction right now and play some Celtic music for you. The mountain dulcimer is great for all different types of music, as you will see throughout this hour. And this is one of my favorite little bits to play here. This is called Planxty Fanny Power, and it is by Turlough Carolan from the 16th century. Some Irish classical music for you. Thank you very much. So I decided to do a set because, you start one Celtic song, you have to do more. So I kicked off that with Planxty Fanny Power, and then I went off into a tune called Molly St. George, and then wrapped that up with Londonderry Air because if you put words to it, it's Danny Boy, but without words, it's a Great Britain song, and it's only Irish when you sing it. Isn't that interesting? Very fun. And then as far as the fiddle tune before that, I'm like trying to back announce for Bob, and I'm trying to think of all the stuff I played in that. I'll have to think about to look at the tape and send that to you, Bob. Off the top of my head, I'm not even sure. I know there was Arkansas Traveler or something like that. Anyway, I'll back announce it later on. But right now, I'm going to do something completely different. Well, I've been running with the devil, wore my shoes through to my feet. And I've been running with the devil, wore my shoes through to my feet. And I told him to carry on without me, gotta break from this heat. Yeah, misery loves company, and I just want to be alone. Yeah, misery loves company, and I just want to be alone. You better go ahead, old devil. Looks like you're on your own. Go on, get out of here, man. Well, I've been running with the devil, but I ain't gonna run no more. Yeah, I've been running with the devil, baby. I ain't ever gonna run no more. Then a scratchy voice inside me say, you don't know that for sure. Well, I got a mojo in my pocket, and I got a cross inside my case. Well, I got a mojo in my pocket, baby. I got a cross inside my case. And I'll use them on that rascal if he show his ugly face. Well, the devil, he caught up with me, but I would not let him pass. You know that mean old devil, he caught up with me, but I would not let him pass. I said, the Lord give me permission to lay my shoe upside your. Thank you very much. I got another blues tune here for you. I got a couple, actually, and I'd like to dedicate them to my wife, who I hope is watching right now, along with everybody on YouTube. It was Jay who encouraged me to enter the International Blues Challenge in 2015. And what happens is the International Blues Challenge is a place in Memphis. It's a competition in Memphis, Tennessee, and the best of the best blues players from all around the world win their regional contests, and they are sent by their organizations, their blues organizations, to Memphis to then compete. And there are quarterfinals, 2 rounds, semifinals, and then the finals at the Orpheum Theater, the world famous. It's like the Apollo of Memphis, Tennessee. And Beale Street, of course, is where all the juke joints, where all the blues music was taking place in those early days. And so it was amazing to be there. We had visited. I was really inspired by the place. And so she encouraged me to compete in 2015, stayed on me about it. And I wasn't really a blues guy, so I kind of developed and studied. And I went and competed, and I made the quarterfinals, and then that was it. No semifinals. Went in 2016, went back and made the semifinals, then made the finals, and then was named Best Guitar in the 2016 Solo Duo category of the International Blues Challenge. So that was a blast. And what I got out of it was wanting to study, to know more about the blues. I got deeper and deeper into different types of blues music. And so this one is a different style than you might be used to. This one has got more of a North Mississippi Hill Country feel rather than a Mississippi Delta blues style. This is the original tune, and this is called That's What You Done to Me. This is not autobiographical at all because I'm way too happy and way too pleased with my life to write terrible songs about terrible people. So I had to make this completely up and dig down into my memories by some girl who jilted me in high school. And that's where this is, I guess, coming from. So this is called That's What You Done to Me. Have you ever seen a snake creeping down the street? Have you ever seen a snake creeping down the street? Take a hard look, woman, that's what you done to me. Have you ever seen a dog that ain't got nothing to eat? Have you ever seen a dog that ain't got nothing to eat? Take a hard look, woman, that's what you done to me. Have you ever seen a bird someone shot down from a tree? Have you ever seen a bird someone shot down from a tree? Take a hard look, woman, that's what you've done to me. I'm a good man, baby. I treat you right. Buy you lots of nice things, no matter the price. I make love to you, baby, most every night. It don't make no sense why you can't treat me right. Have you ever seen a man laying dead as dead can be. Have you ever seen a man laying dead as dead can be? Take a hard look, woman, that's what you done to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me flip that over on its side now. That was a song called The Flip Side, by the way. And now I'm going to do another one that's the flip side of what that song is all about. And this one I wrote for my wife, Jay, on Valentine's Day one year. This is called Red-Headed Lover. I got a woman, she treats me so fine. I got a woman, she treats me so fine. She's my red-headed lover, she's my Valentine. Woke up this morning, who's right there by my side? Woke up this morning, who's right there by my side? She said, come over here, baby, let's go for a ride. Ah, here we go. Well, my baby up and left me and threw me off my track. Well, my baby up and left me and threw me right off my track. She said, I'm just going to the store, honey, and I'm coming right back. All right now. One is two, 2 and 6 is 8. Ain't about my baby now, let's get something straight. I got a woman, she treats me so fine. She's my red-headed lover, she's my Valentine. She's my red-headed lover, she's my Valentine. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I love you, baby. Hope you're watching. That's called Red-Headed Lover there. I'm going to do a tune now let me do this one real quick here. So I started playing Native American flute about 15 years ago. A lady by the name of Ruth Randall, who's no longer with us, walked up to me at the Nutmeg Dulcimer Festival. I was sitting on the steps during lunch, and she walked up to me and she goes, Bing, I don't know why, but I think you need to play this flute. And it wasn't this flute exactly, but she had a flute. And, I'm a former clarinet player, and I can play a little woodwind. And I'd never even been in the same room as a Native American flute. And so I said, sure. And so I took it and I closed my eyes, covered the holes, and started playing it. I thought, wow, this is easier than I thought. That's kind of easy. It's nice. It's got a nice, warm, soothing sound. And I opened my eyes, and there were like 6 people standing around looking at me. They were like, you didn't tell us you played flute. I said, I guess I do now. So I started playing it, and so I'm forever grateful to Ruth for introducing me to this instrument. 4,000 years old. The Plains Indians created it, and it is indigenous to the North American continent. It's made of wood. It's easy to play. It's a perfect dancing partner for the mountain dulcimer, which is also indigenous to the North American continent. It's also made of wood, and it's also easy to play. So I'm going to do a little dance with both of them with a song that God gifted to me, because I know I didn't write it. It's way too good for it to pop out of the oven and be like, ta-da, here's a song for you. I'm like, thank you. I can borrow this for a while. What's it called? I have no idea, so I'm just going to not name it. I'm not worthy. This is a great song. I'm going to share it with y'all. So I would tell this story all over the place, play this tune with the flute and the dulcimer, and that God gave it to me to share and borrow for a while, and I wasn't qualified to name it. Until one summer in Baltimore, Maryland, a lady came up after the show, and she said, that song with no title that you played, to me it sounds like a sweet river, and I think you should call it that. The first gift was getting the tune in the first place. The second gift was having Hazel Lindsay of Baltimore, Maryland name it. This is called Sweet River. And I'm going to use something called looping. We talked about looping earlier in the workshop. So I'm going to lay down the dulcimer part, and then as it plays back, I'm going to play the flute over the top of it. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. All right, I'm going to let you guys steer this boat. Where do you want to go next? What genre? What type of music? Call out a song, you name it. Jimmy Buffett. All right. We can make that happen. You're talking to a guy from Florida. Come on, man. That's like when I was playing a lot of the resorts, I realized I'm going to go there, I'm going to play a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to play the basic stuff. I'm not going to play the basic stuff. Within a week, I was playing Brown Eyed Girl and Margaritaville. And if you don't play Margaritaville or any other Jimmy Buffett song in Florida as a Florida musician, they will take away your Florida musician card. So you got to represent at least one time sometime in the deal. So let's do this one. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All of those tourists covered with oil, strumming my 3-string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Let me hear you now. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Don't know the reason, stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got here, I haven't the clue. It was a Jägermeister, man. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's probably my fault. Blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on, hang on, hang on. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Yes, and some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Thank you very much. I got a couple more here for you, and I want to thank Bob and Linda for their incredible hospitality and also for creating this space. I've seen it on Facebook, but it doesn't do it justice until you are here in this space. This is a space full of love, good energy, music, happiness, and activity every single week. I wish we had a place like this back home. I've been all across the country and seen lots of places for workshops and music venues and jams, and not a single one of them is as welcoming or as well prepared as this place. So thank you both so very much. What a great time, and walking distance from great food. Everything is really wonderful. So thank you all so much. It's been a wonderful day of workshops, and some of you I'll see you in Everett, Michigan next week, and we'll continue the party there. Good times there. Some of you will be down in Folkcraft Instruments on Saturday as well for the second Saturday clinic, and I am playing the musical equivalent of Bigfoot, because many people have heard the lore of Bigfoot and maybe not seen him, and many people have heard the lore of the Folkcraft Instruments Dulcivox, but have not seen it or played it, and it's been really awesome traveling the past couple of weeks with 3 of them and going to places and being just about knocked flat over by people pushing past me to get to these instruments to play them. As you can hear, they are amazing and really, really wonderful. And if you come out to the concert on Saturday, I'm sure Richard will be happy to give you a little mini tour of the factory and show you where they're building not only Dulcivoxes, but lap joes and standards and customs and all kinds of stuff. I've been an endorsing artist with Folkcraft since 2008, but I've been playing Folkcraft instruments since 1994. When I first moved to Florida, one of my first jobs was going over, well, I was working at a restaurant, but I was walking through Walt Disney World, and I saw a mountain dulcimer stand with mountain dulcimers hanging up, and the guy, white-haired guy sitting there behind, I was like, I haven't seen mountain dulcimers in like over 20 years or something. And so I go, it was like 10 or 15 years. Anyway, I get over there, and I go, dulcimers, and I start playing it. And the guy just looked at the dulcimer, and he looks at me, and he goes, you want a job? That guy happened to be David Marks, the former owner of Folkcraft Instruments, and I was hired. And so from coast to coast, I have worked for dulcimer companies. It was just meant to be, I guess. So let me do this for you. This is an original tune. This is fairly new, and then I'm going to close things out with a request. And I like finger picking this thing a lot. So I'm going to do that right now and play an original tune called Birds of a Feather. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. So I'm going to wrap things up with a piece of music that I heard that captivated my heart, and it was from a motion picture soundtrack. I hadn't even seen the movie, but I didn't care. I learned the piece because it was so stunning, and that was a problem because I started playing it out places, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, I love that movie. Remember that scene where, stop, I haven't seen the movie." They're like, "What do you mean you haven't seen the movie? You're playing the soundtrack." I know, I haven't. So for years, I had to like wave people off. Finally, I'm like, I need to see this film so people don't blow this scene for me. The film is The Last of the Mohicans, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. The composer is Trevor Jones. And the theme that people think is the theme to the movie is actually a piece of music written by Scottish composer Dougie MacLean, who wrote Caledonia. The tune is called The Gale, and it's just 16 measures of pure fiddle tune perfection. It is such a beautiful piece of music. It's haunting, it's captivating, and it's groovy. It's groovier than it is in the movie. If you watch Dougie MacLean's original recording of it with his band, it's funky. It's very cool. But Trevor Jones heard it and said, "Oh my gosh, that would be a perfect fit for this motion picture soundtrack I'm working on." So he reached out to Dougie, and Dougie agreed to collaborate with him on one track. The track is called Promontory. It's just one scene in the movie, but it's such a powerful scene with that music that many people just swear up and down that that is the theme to The Last of the Mohicans. So and there are parts of the Trevor Jones theme in here, so this is definitely a mixture of the two, but everyone who hears it knows that Dougie's theme is right in there. This is Promontory from The Last of the Mohicans by request. Thank you all for a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. This has been quite a slice of joy, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of you guys this weekend and next week. So I've got the looper pedal I'm using for this, and I've got an additional element. I've got a bass part. This box is fun. You got to get yourself one of these. It makes a lot of fun. Just go into the room and lock the door and don't come out. Slip my dinner under the door. I'm not coming out until I get finished playing with this thing. Anyway, here we go. Thank you, everybody, for watching. God bless you. Thanks for watching at home. Enjoy the rest of the summer, everybody.
Hey, you folks want an encore? Let's hear it if you want an encore. Got another one?
Yay! Thank you so much. What shall I do? Oh, I know what I'll do. Thank you all much. God bless you.
That was just great. Give him another round of applause. Yeah. You want him back, do you? You want him back, do you? Okay. Hey, if you like this, tell people. If you don't like it,
Don't tell anybody.
that's right. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.